Hey everyone, and welcome to Twilight Tuesdays. So Jono is away on vacation, so I'm going to be doing his segments on the channel. But when he gets back, he'll be continuing them as normal. So just to let you guys know, that's what's going on. Anyway, today I am doing a video on the Volturi. Sorry, Jono, if you were gonna get to these guys before I did. I wanted to do a video on them. I know I told you I was gonna do a video on Alice Cullen, but, I don't know. I decided to, do these guys first, just because, I don't know. This was, to me, was the coolest thing about Twilight, just saying. Because I love, like, secret societies and stories. That's always fun. Sorry, I'm eating my supper right now. So anyway, the Volturi. Now, the Volturi first appeared, or we get mention of them in the books, but they first appeared in the movies in Breaking Dawn Part 1, I believe, and then continue to appear in Breaking Dawn Part 2. I could be wrong on that. Correct me if I'm wrong. So basically, the Volturi was founded between 1200 and 1100 BC, and they reside in Volterra, Italy. I'm assuming they get their name from Volterra, the actual place where they reside. But anyway, basically, they are vampire royalty, right? Like, they act as basically a vampire government, enforcing laws in the vampire world. And they include 5 core members. They include Aro, Caius, Marcus, Sulpicia, and Athenodora. Basically, so I'm gonna get into basically how they were founded, and then I'm gonna kind of get into their laws and stuff and why I think they were really cool. The Volturi was a really intimidating part of Twilight Breaking Dawn because you were kind of on the edge of your seat, trying to basically. Hang on a minute. So I have just been corrected because I had to look this up. I could be wrong. So, in the first movie, Edward mentions the first 3 members in New Moon. Oh yeah, the Volturi appear first in New Moon. That's right. Forgot about that. Yeah, because that's where Edward tries to go out in the sunlight. Anyway, basically, these guys were founded by Aro, Caius, and Marcus, along with Athenodora, which is Caius's wife, and they had later members join as well. Now, they originated in Greece, and basically they gathered a bunch of vampires and relocated to Italy, and basically they kind of built themselves up until they were strong enough and then took control of the vampire world. And the original ruling kind of governing body pretty much was the Romanian Covenant, and they basically took over from there. So basically their power kept increasing. Basically Marcus and Didyme basically got tired of how the Coven was basically warring against the human world, wasn't trying to make peace with it really. And so Aro killed Didyme to prevent Marcus from leaving, and basically because he found Marcus's power to be a lot more useful. Basically, and a bunch of stuff happened after that. But anyway, my point is, these guys have ruled for 25 centuries, as of the start of the Twilight book series, which is impressive. Um, and they have a bunch of laws that kind of, come into conflict with the Cullens in the book, as you guys know. And I'm going to say those laws right now. Basically, these are passed down from vampire to vampire. They have to follow these laws, or basically they'll be punished. Hunts must be and I have like a little thing that I'm reading of the laws. Hunts must be inconspicuous, with victims unlikely to be missed. Their remains must be disposed of, and territory must be changed often. Incapable of self-control and therefore a threat of exposure, mortal children are not to be created. That's kind of the main thing of Breaking Dawn, and that's, yeah. Dealing with children of the moon, except for the purpose of extermination, is prohibited, which is, you guys know what that is. False witness, regardless of intent, is punishable by death. Hunting is forbidden in Volturi. Attention should not be drawn, and vampires should not be noticed in open sunlight. The creator is responsible for his newborn's behavior and teaching of the laws before they can be released on their own. By letting a newborn hunt conspicuously, the penalty will be death, both to the newborn and its creator. Vampires' interaction with humans must not draw wide attention. That's basically a given. So it says here, and I actually knew this watching the film. A lot of vampires were born after these laws were established, so that means they would have to be taught these laws. And many vampires still obey these laws. The reason why I think these guys are really, really cool, and why they provide a nice kind of addition to Twilight, is because it gives a sort of kind of civilized feel to vampires. Because, we've always, most of the time in fiction, and this is just me, but most of the time in fiction, people portray vampires as like these savage killers that don't have any civilized nature. And I love the vampires in fiction, and these are kind of those as well, as the Volturi, maybe not the other characters, but just the Volturi, or the Volturi, excuse me. They have a very civilized quality to them, and even though they are brutal, they have a civilized nature to them, which I think is very cool. And just the brutality of them is very interesting as well. These guys are really civilized, and kind of treat themselves like royalty, but in reality they're pieces of dirt, which is an idea that we explore a lot in fiction. But I think it was done well here, and I especially like how they wear like Victorian clothing, as you can see here, which is very cool. But yeah, just I love the concept behind these guys. I think they're really cool. I would love to see them come back in a future film, maybe a new version of them or something. If the author of Twilight decides to continue writing books in the series, which I doubt she will, but if she does, if you're listening, I would love to see the Volturi come back, maybe in some other form than how you've used it in your books prior, and how the movies have used them. Maybe in some new version of the Volturi that comes around, maybe created by new, younger vampires. Who knows? But I would love to see them come back in some capacity. So anyway, this is basically a short video talking about the Volturi. Jono, if you want to continue this discussion on the Volturi, you can, homie. I was just kind of laying the groundwork in case you wanted to do it, which is why this is such a short and simple video. So anyway, guys, I hope you all enjoyed, and if you want to, go ahead and check out my Team TSV channel, because I'm doing something later tonight, kind of right after this video is posted, talking about something to do with my Transformers stop-motion series. So if you guys want to, go check out my channel for that. And yeah, guys, I'll see you in the next one.